Well, he's done. Done. I'm starting. Welcome to another Getting Projects Done. We are putting the finishing touches to Mr. Sigvald, and yeah, we're gonna get to some painting today. I'm joined today by Hail Boop the Snoot. Is that what that is?
Hello.
Let me turn the volume up a bit here. There we go. Okay, actually, let's do this. There we go. Hopefully that's all nice and clear for everybody. Hopefully we're streaming okay here. Looks like we are running. We're running, and I was running. Yeah, things got a little goofy there for a second because for whatever reason my thing kicked me out and wanted to put my credentials back in. So, yeah. And so, how's Hailbop doing?
Pretty good. I'm at my old place right now, kind of boxing stuff up.
Boxing?
Yep. Going through confrontation minis right now, kind of like what I don't need, what I need.
Gotcha.
Because it's a dead game, so I only want the minimum required to play around. So.
All right. So, working on Sigvald. Actually, can we get a little more light on this guy? Can we? Is it possible? Do we have the technology? There we go.
Are you gonna do a video on what's his name? Uriel that comes out tomorrow or Saturday? Uriel Ventress or whatever his name is.
Am I gonna work on him? No. Unless of course he magically shows up at the door. Then no. I'm not planning on it. I'm usually not in a big rush to do Space Marines, so.
Well, I just figured maybe because he's like, I guess. I think the only real release, I don't know if one magically appeared at your door or not.
No. No magic. No magic at all. Alright. So, working on this guy. Actually, let's see. We'll change the camera angle a bit. There we go. Yeah, so he's all finished. He's ready to go. But what I need to do is some cleanup. There are a couple points on him that need to be touched up. If I recall. Yeah. And yeah, so there are a few points because as some may recall, this guy was done in sub-assemblies. And yeah, now I was going to go through and basically like varnish this guy and everything like that. That's what I'm going to handle today. So I'm going to be busting up my airbrush, doing some varnishing, and yeah. But first we need to clean up. Let's grab a bit of metal. I need to clean up that shield. We'll grab a little bit of that, a little bit of that. And that's it. This is all this is just me working on my stuff. Hence the name, Getting Projects Done. And what you working on?
Working on packing up minis to move to where I currently live.
Right.
Finding things to trim off the collection. Right now I'm going through my confrontation stuff. I have not a whole lot, but enough where I can trim off quite a few models from the collection, because I only maybe play it like once a year, so I don't need a whole lot.
Makes sense.
Because I didn't think to bring any hobby stuff with me. Because it's like, oh, I'm just gonna go down for, a day. Day turned into 2 days. A day turned into 3 days. So, or 2 days turned into 3.
Right. But have you been having a good time?
Oh, yeah, I'm taking a break right now. I made myself a little drink. Watching. There's absolutely nothing on TV today, so I'm watching Big Bang Theory. It's the only thing I can find on TV.
You like the Big Bang?
It's funny sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nothing wrong with liking it. I don't think. It's a funny show. I get a kick out of it. Or I used to. It's not on anymore. Well, I mean, it's streaming and everything,
Yeah.
but...
Yeah, it's streaming. That's what I'm watching it on right now on the cable company's streaming service. Because every cable company has like a streaming service now. So.
Yeah. Seems to be the way of things now. Oh, I don't have to do that backside. Or do I?
It is a somewhat relatable show because I do know some scientists that are a little awkward, like the people in the show.
True. There are some weirdos out there. One just showed up. One just showed up in the chat.
Yeah, that's me.
How's Lewis today?
He's doing not too bad.
Sweet.
How's Chris?
You know what? I'll let you know when I see him.
Oh, good. That's fine. He's not come out yet.
No, he's indisposed.
Oh, right, okay. I see.
So, touch up the shield. I don't know. Am I mostly happy with the cape and everything? I suppose. Now, I don't know if you guys watched the last video I just posted. I think it just went up today.
Yes.
You mean Sigvald's cloak?
Yeah, well, just assembling them all. That's what went up today for all the patrons. I'm wondering, should I do something fun on that base?
Sure.
Like a little.
How about mildly fun? Like as far as fun goes, I don't know, warm bath as opposed to jacuzzi.
That's quite the analogy. I
like
like it.
No, I mean because you have like that eyeball going on the shield and all that. I don't know.
I hear you. Makes sense to me. Makes total sense. Yeah.
Nothing ginormous or whatever I said the other day.
Humungord? No. Gigantor? No. I don't remember. It was good though. I remember it was good though. It was a good joke. Many lulls were had. No, I guess I am mostly done him. There's just a few things, I mean, like I'd probably like to clean up, I guess. Screw it, let's clean him up. Like the rim of his base.
Gimungus, that's it.
Gimungus? That sounds like a hell word. Gimungus. Good memory. A word we so rarely get to use. So basically I'm grabbing some XV88. I'm going to slap a little bit onto my palette here. And I'm just going to touch up the edges. Basically along the base rim here where I had applied a Grillian Earth. Some of it runs up, and because the Grillian Earth is more like Baneblade brown, I'm just going to kind of blend that edge just because, when I was patting it on, it went up onto the detail. Oi. Oh, Scott. There you Scott. What's happening?
Nothing. Hey, do you guys know how to, on the same device, like if I'm talking to your Discord, can I look at Twitch and YouTube? Do you know how to mute YouTube or Twitch without muting the device?
Are you on mobile?
I'm on a tablet. So, I think...
That I don't know.
No.
Which one
If
do
it's
you
on
want to
the,
be?
if you're watching it on the app, I don't think there's any way you can just mute the app.
Alright.
Basically, that's Scott saying, thanks for the help, no help.
What are you doing? I'm not expecting anyone to jump in and code me a solution. Like those.
But you thought you were dealing with some wrinkly brains, and it turns out no?
The only thing I can think of is if the video feed has that little speaker is clicking it, and that's the only thing I can think of.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because like if you're using like Chrome on your device, Chrome up in the address bar, you can mute.
Yeah.
I don't know if that helps.
Yeah, but if your volume controls aren't showing up on the screen, that's the only thing I can think of is like actually muting Chrome. Or your Chrome tab or whatever it is you have it open on. I would have said Internet Explorer, but that's gone. It's now Microsoft Edge.
What are you, my age? Internet Explorer.
No.
Who the hell uses Internet Explorer?
Some people still did until well, I had to use Internet Explorer for everything that I had to do on like a state website because they haven't updated their computers in like 20 years.
Yikes.
So if I wanted to do like an insurance claim through the state website, you would have to go in Internet Explorer, and not just Internet Explorer. You'd have to backroll the updates.
Jeez.
Ugh.
Yeah, that sounds annoying.
That's not going to work.
No, it's not happening?
Nope. But it was interesting because on YouTube, I apparently had paused the stream. So I went back to YouTube to check it out. And I was in a time loop. I got to see myself join the stream and ask the question.
So there's no volume control on the YouTube page itself.
No, there's not.
Huh. And the browser volume didn't work.
Well, I'm doing it right from an app.
Oh, from an app. Other than the fact that, I don't know, if the volume button didn't show up, I really have no idea then if it's on the app.
Okay. Some more light happening here.
The only thing I can maybe think of is full screening it and see if the the volume button shows up.
I think he's done. What's happening, Eldari?
Well, that's quick. Stream's over.
Yeah, it's already over. Party's over, kids.
Sorry, kids. Time to go home.
Yeah, Eldari showed up. Killjoy showed up.
Party pooper.
The fucking lawyer showed up.
Hey, dude. I'm working from home now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's lunch break.
So you're not going to get anything productive done while you're hanging out here then, I assume?
Oh, no. It's lunch break. Who works on their lunch?
Wait, you get lunch breaks? You just can't,
Yeah,
take
I
a
do.
break whenever you want?
I mean, I can take a break whenever I want, but, when I have other things to do.
He's a man with responsibilities, man. You can't just hang out on the internets all the time.
Well, I have responsibility.
We do hang out on the internet all the time.
There's
That's what all the
responsibility.
court stuff is now.
No,
What's the
responsibility.
responsibility? What's that?
What is that?
Doing insurance billing, like billing insurance companies. I could do that whenever I want. I could do that in the middle of the night.
That's a little bit better. Yeah, I think it's on time. I think it's time to varnish this guy. So I was thinking of varnishing him before I had done all his sub-assemblies, or like reassembled his sub-assemblies, but I decided against it. You know, just because. I'm fickle like that.
Just because.
Just because. I'm fickle, so, you know. Grabez-vous my airbrush. Oop, the hell was that? Something fell off my airbrush. Oh, my cap. Whenever I'm not using my airbrushes, I always put the cap back over the cup and the rubber over the needle. Just because. Keep that handy. We're gonna need that. Put that right there. It's the airbrush on. Now it is. Periodically, folks, you're gonna hear that compressor kick in. I do apologize, but I don't. So I gotta get some stuff done. Because once he's done, then I can start taking little pretty pictures of him and do the little turny around thingy and, you know, all that stuff.
The fun stuff.
The fun stuff, yeah, you know. Make pretty pictures and all that jazz. Okay, I don't think I need this up right now. I just need to make sure I can see my chat. My chat. Of course, the chat seems to be quiet at the moment. All right. So, varnish. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slap down a gloss varnish over the entirety of the model. And then matte out areas. So first, I'm going to grab a little handle here. My steady hand grip. Which, yes, I know I need to make more.
You do.
I know. I have everything to do it. It just, I haven't done it. Just because, you know, like, again, I'm fickle. So, you know, it's like, yeah, I think I'll take care of this today. And then it's like, oh, something else shiny came out. Or, you know, oh, I got this to do. And, you know, usually it's a lot of these painting projects that, you know, just kind of keep me busy. Sigvald here, I'm just wanting to get him done because I've been sitting on him for a while, and yeah. There we go.
It's good timing. Has he been released yet for pre-order?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I think it's fair enough. Good enough time to finish him off.
Yeah. Well, the plan was to have him done before, but you know, things.
You don't know how the best laid plans go.
Yeah, basically. All right, I'm gonna put this. I use this little box here. This is the Citadel paint handle, and I use this just as a block to block the overspray on my desk, my work area. So, actually, you know what? I'm gonna change the angle again of the camera here. Let's point it down here for now. And in fact, let's change the focus so we can see what the hell I'm doing. Just for anybody who really cares about what I'm doing. We'll set it back to auto, I guess. The screen might jump around a bit because of the autofocus, but whatever. Whatevs. Alright. So, yeah. We're going to spray him. Yeah, see, that's usually why I have the focus kind of set to manual. Is because when the focus jumps around like that is annoying. Okay. Yeah, like that. That's pissing me off. That's pissing me off already. God dang it. God damn it. Okay, no, we're not leaving that on auto. Let's leave that there. There. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Okay. So, to do our varnishing, I like to use Pledge. This bottle here, you can see it's fairly old. I'm actually getting running pretty low. You can see it kind of has a slight yellow hue to it. That does not transfer onto the model because, well, I mean, it's such a thick, you know.
It's just that lemony scent everybody that uses Pledge likes.
Yeah, well, I like the smell. It has a very sweet kind of smell. Normally, though, when I do spray this, I do try and have respirator, just because if you spray really high PSI, it just kind of really atomizes it and goes everywhere. But because I'm streaming and excuses, you know, I'm not. Move my compressor so I can see my gauge. What am I at? What are we at? What am I at? Holy shit, I'm at 40 PSI. Jeez Louise. That's a little high. That's a little high. It's a little high. What the hell was I spraying? What the hell was I spraying at 40 PSI? Come down to about 20.
Do you have a dog or a cat? I think you got a dog, right?
I have a doog.
Ooh, I was gonna say if you had a cat, then you can blame it on the cat.
The higher PSI?
Yeah, just coming in there to fuck with you a little bit.
Okay.
What? Cats are evil. Well, they're not evil.
They are evil.
Get off shelves and.
Yeah, they are little bastards. Yes, they are. A long time ago.
Dogs, on the other hand, perfect all the time, never cause any problems, right?
A long time ago, we had 2 cats. They were crazy, and yeah. And after they were gone, it was like, we're not getting cats again. I'm not living with cats. They're just too much of a pain, especially 2 male cats. Oh man, just thinking about it is giving me anxiety.
Well, I'm able to drag up these memories from your street.
But my doog, she's, how old is she now? Shit, she's 12. She's 12 years old, so she's an old girl. And, but she still acts like a puppy. We had her fixed before she could ever pop out a litter, so, yeah, she still acts like a little puppy. All right, I'm busting out my Patriot 105. I've got my PSI set to 20, and we are going to load up this brush with some Pledge for pledging, for lemony goodness. Normally, I just pour it right, and you can see how this shit just crystallizes. But oh yeah, that's the stuff. Oh yeah, that's the stuff right there. Don't want too much. I always end up pouring a little too much in there. Yeah, there we go. Just about that much in there. That's probably too much even right there. I really don't use that much, and I'm only going to do probably about maybe 2 passes, I think. Which I consider, each pass I kind of consider a layer. So, and that's usually when, like this stuff here, I don't know if anybody's ever used this stuff. When I use it in my airbrush, I often keep my little cup cap, and I put that back on top, just because I end up being very aggressive as I move the brush around, covering. So I end up getting some splashing, some splashback. It's kind of like a urinal. And yeah, with this stuff, I find that when you're first laying it down, it may look a little matte as you lay a thin layer down, but give it a second, because basically this stuff, for whatever reason, they call it self-leveling, but when you lay it down and it looks like it's like a matte finish, it'll all of a sudden just change to a gloss finish, because it's as it spreads out over the surface, right? And So the real danger when you're looking at it and you're like, oh, it's kind of matte, so you lay like another layer down, and then you end up laying too much down, and that's a pain. Now the whole reason for the gloss is I want the armor to be nice and shiny. I want that eyeball to get really shiny, the sword to be shiny, but we are gonna matte down the stonework, his cloak, his hair, his face. That's it. That's the only thing that they're going to be matte. So I want him to have I want the light to play nicely, because you see how like the metallics on him, you know, the light plays very fun. Plays very fun. That's good English, right? And yeah, once we put this gloss on, he's going to get really, really shiny. So it's going to get noisy, but that's okay. So you can see I just laid that on. Well, you can't really see it, but you can see how like on the eyeball how it doesn't look glossy anymore. It was glossy, but now it doesn't look. You give that a little bit, and it'll change to glossy again.
Cool.
Yeah, this stuff is really fun. The current, like, it used to be called Pledge with Future Floorshine. That's when when Future Floorshine was still a thing, and yeah, basically they were bought by Pledge. But this is my preferred way of providing a gloss varnish on models, and it is, you know, inexpensive really, because like a bottle of Pledge does not cost much. I have no idea what it costs around the world, but I know around these parts it's only like $8, I think, for a big old bottle of it. Now, mind you, anybody who's, you know, doing their floors, that can be kind of pricey, I suppose. Whereas modelers, you're like, oh yeah, because I mean, how much do we pay for gloss, you know, varnishes for our models, right?
Too much.
Yeah, exactly.
GW
right?
paint pot again, $5-6 for just a teeny amount.
Yeah, exactly, right? All right, so we're gonna let that sit. I'm gonna actually whip out my hair dryer. It's gonna be a noisy one today, actually, because we're gonna do this. Now, the other important thing. What was I gonna grab? Oh, my hair dryer. Fuck. Sorry, I'm spacing out. The other thing about working with Pledge is that once you're done with it, you really do need to clean your airbrush very, very well. Like, pull the needle and, you know, just give it a good soak before you put it away, because otherwise it builds around that needle, and I always find that it builds around where the needle meets up with the main body, where you have like the you know, the mechanical bits. Okay, I'll do this all on camera so you guys can see what the hell I'm doing. I actually kind of like the cloak right now, how it kind of taking on a bit of a sheen. I actually kind of like how the light plays on that surface. It's kind of fun. And fun is fun. All right. Another layer. I think the other thing I really enjoy about doing gloss coats on stuff is how it makes colors just more vibrant. You know? Like, see how like that red now is starting to look almost like what I got on my Eldar. It just starts to take on a really vibrant appearance. And me likey.
Ooh, so pretty.
Yeah, it's fun. It is fun. Anyway. Back to the hairdryer. It's getting noisy again.
Yep. I don't know what my next project's going to be.
Does your next project involve painting or sex?
It does. It does involve painting. I can't roll. I have options. I'm spinning my wheels. I'm done all my luminous stuff. I think I kind of have to get a blue shade or something. Okay. But you can put that on everything. That's probably what I'm going to do. Is my
You're not done your luminous. You know all that new stuff you have to buy.
yeah, that too. You know, I'm a little cheesed at DW for that.
Oh man, don't worry, we did it for your update.
Like, so I bought the special edition collector's kit in the summer.
Those are still available for sale too.
Okay.
Not on
It's still
the
available for
site,
sale?
but you can find them at like
Yeah.
mini
Yeah,
markets and stuff. Yeah.
This is the same. It's the same thing.
Like, I don't know, I'm guessing maybe COVID, they like panicked and was like, we gotta get this out now. And they got it out now, and they're like, wait, but we had all this other stuff.
That's I don't know. It's like the video game problem, right? Don't release like a half-baked video game.
Oh, no, I totally agree. I feel like that was like their mindset because Lumineth what came out last summer.
Yep.
Yeah. Here we are half a year later, maybe a little bit more than half a year later.
Yeah, not even a full 12 months. And now it's new Battle Tome that you have to purchase, or you have to buy the Broken Realms book.
Aren't they giving you... No, I think they give you a free... I thought they were giving you a free update since you had the book.
No, you still have to buy it. You still have to buy it all.
Oh, they're not giving you a free update?
Nope.
Oh, shit. I thought they were giving you a free update, so they could be getting a free update for people who have the Battle Tome in the palette.
Maybe not. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't think so. Lumineth. I don't actually care about this stuff.
Make sure we get underneath his undersides.
Okay, so the Lumineth went on sale on June 20th, 2020. Now then, we can use that.
Okay. What you got on that? Wait, I see we only got a little bit left in the cup now. And we've done what? 3 layers? Yeah, your Sonari character, Eldari, was looking really good.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I was a little unsure with going with white, but I think it looks great. I'm super happy.
Yeah.
If you're willing to spend a bit more time on it, I suggest pushing the shadows at the ends of her dress a little bit more.
Okay.
Just get like just whatever your base tone is. Just add like a little bit of whatever your shadow color is. Just add a little bit to that and just line the undersides of those shadows. Just bring a little bit more volume to those folds and everything.
Yeah, I've used the contrast and with the contrast medium, so maybe I can do that again with the kind of the same ratio and build it up instead of just hitting it with
Yeah.
just the contrast, right? I'll do that.
Yeah, I'm not talking like very much. I'm not talking like, pushing it to like really, really dark tones. Just,
Just a little bit more. Oh, and I did some mixing, not mixing, but kind of like, then if you're calling it wet blending, to color system and a smoke color thing. And that turned out surprisingly.
not gonna lie, I kind of like how his cloak looks glossy like this.
Yeah, maybe we're keeping it super gloss. I'm not all of them, but fix the whole thing up fine.
I don't know, why would you run around with a glossy cloak like this? It's just slick. That's weird.
They don't know the release date for that Warhammer Quest Cities thingy.
I'm sorry, Scott, what was that?
Does anyone know a release date for that Warhammer Cities, the Quest game with the undead and shit?
A release date?
First
I have no
City.
idea. Probably not till closer to summer, I would think.
Yeah, they haven't. It's probably gonna. I mean, now that we've actually seen minis, I'm guessing a couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had kind of like this 2-week cycle thing, but it might be longer because it's. I mean, I'm at the Blackstone Fortress one, and that box was filled with stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because it looks like a good box. Like, if you're into all sorts of fun little minis, yeah, it looks really good.
Although, if I find the Warhammer community article that mentioned the update for people who already had the battle tent, I'll link it to you.
Is that dry? Damn right, that's dry. Yes, now the shield has a nice shiny finish. Do we bring that shield up to a mirror finish? I don't know, I can already see into it pretty darn good.
All right, duty calls. Back to work for me. I may be back later. Depends.
Duty? Gotta go number
Do,
2?
perhaps.
Do.
All right.
Later, dude.
Have a good stream, Chris.
Stream?
Yeah.
Darn, he missed that. He left too fast. Frickin' guy. Alright. I think we're done with the gloss. So now, I'm just going to clean off my cap. There's still some in there, so I usually just end up spraying it into my little overspray jar here. This little thingy. Just cheap little Amazon doohickey.
I have one of those professional doohickeys as well.
And then we flush. So typically I'll squirt some water in, and then I use my little glass pipette, and then I just slosh it around inside the cup to rinse. I know that sounds weird.
It's an interesting noise, yep.
Yep, I hear you. I know. And anybody asks, it's always a nice cover just to say, "Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. I was cleaning my airbrush." No, I wasn't doing anything. I was cleaning my airbrush.
Speaking of airbrushes, I think I'm gonna add more to the arsenal.
What you gonna add?
Well, I have a 105 now, but possibly some more precise ones, because I did the basic standard, like 105, and I mean, it's got some variable ranges and stuff, but it's kind of more like a one-off kind of thing right now.
Let that sit for a minute.
So I was thinking, what's the I guess the slightly like sportier model of the 105. I forget what it's called, like Extreme or something.
Well, yeah, there's the Patriot 105 Extreme, and here, you know what? I'll grab it.
That's more like the souped up one.
Yeah, here, I'll grab it. Oh.
Because I get a little flow control with the standard 105, but compared to like some other like airbrushes, you know, well, because the 105 is kind of like your standard.
Yeah.
It feels more like the only settings it has. Now I've tried other people's, like, you know, like Hydrenstein's or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And, you know, other versions of stuff Badger makes. It kind of feels like the 105 I have right now just has on off.
Right. Yeah, so here's Extreme 105. It has a slight different finish to regular Patriots. Regular Patriots have more of a chromey look, whereas the Extreme has this kind of more of a gunmetal kind of look. It automatically comes with these high roller triggers, which I really, really like. I like them just because, you know, it's not like the regular... Like here, I got a Sotar that still has the regular trigger on it, and you can see how you're like this, especially when you're working. Especially if you're doing a lot of airbrushing, I find it's just too much on my hand versus something like this, where my hand is much more relaxed as I work the trigger back and forth. I like the high rollers. I picked up like a bunch of them because I put it on my regular Patriot, and I put it on my Renegade, my Chrome. Where's my Chrome? Here's my Chrome. Yeah, I put it on my Chrome as well, because, you know, especially when you're doing more airbrushing with finer brushes like this. Yeah, comfort is a big factor. It's a big factor, especially if you're gonna, because I find that when you're holding it down and you're using just a little bit of pressure to move the trigger back, and you're just slowly working the brush, and you know what I mean, like you're in this kind of position longer versus I should pick one up for my Sotar here, but like this, and then, you know, it's just more, it's not as comfortable for me anyway. But yeah, I should use my Sotar more often. Oh, and the other one is also the quick connects. Slap a bunch of quick connects on all your brushes.
Yeah, I'll have to do that. Right now I have a normal connect because the 105 is the only brush I have, so it's like,
yeah, because I have it on my Sotar, I have it on the Extreme, I have one on my Chrome, and then of course I also have one on my trusty rusty Patriot 105. Let's kill the air. Yeah, see.
Maybe you'll give airbrushing another shot.
Sure. Like, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, you know, anytime you are dealing with a new tool, there is that, you know, learning curve, and that's all. You know, thinking that you're going to get perfect results right out the gate, you know, that's kind of foolish to think so. Because, you know, there is a learning curve to all this. But I mean, regular painting is the same way. Learning to thin your colors and, you know, work with fine layers, blending, and, you know, all these things, right? They all take time and practice. And airbrushing is the same thing. Mind you, though, with airbrushing, it has a higher cost of entry versus regular brush painting. But it's a tool like everything else.
I've got a great setup. I just don't use it.
Do you already have an airbrush?
Oh yeah, I got a couple. I got an Iwata HBB Plus. And for the compressor, I just run a big Home Depot compressor, but it runs off a tank and it's got a really good regulator, so that works fine.
I had considered picking up like one of them big Home Depot dealies. Just haven't. Haven't really felt the need, but I mean, mind you, that I've had this compressor for a while, and I mean, she still runs fine, but you know, her days are numbered, kind of thing.
I wanted something with a tank because I found previously with I had a couple hobby compressors and I always got those pulse marks in it from running straight with the compressor.
Yeah.
I didn't want that shit.
Yeah, that's annoying. That's the whole reason why I switched to these larger tanks, because I think this is a 1 gallon tank, 2 gallon. I don't know. It's a dual motor tank compressor. It's not like super expensive. It's not, you know, high end or anything like that. I don't think it is. I don't know. I'm not much of a compressor guy. I'm not much of a, you know, like a tool guy. You know, I don't get caught up in the tools. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. The compressor I got from, I think it's, I don't know how many gallons. Let's say 2 gallons, and I mean, I think it's a couple horsepower, $99. So versus I'll get a hobby compressor, that was pretty decent.
The other thing about the Extreme as well is it has the different nozzle assembly as opposed to the regular Patriot. It has this little cone just for airflow and control, right? And it also has a control knob underneath the nozzle here for just finer control. It also, I do believe, takes 2 different needles as well. You could put a 0.3 and a 0.2 in these things. But yeah, I really have not busted it out much. I mean, I get great results with my 105, my regular 105, and I've been using that for years. So it's like, if it works, right? Same with the Sotar. You know, a lot of people really, really love this brush, and I've played with it a little bit. I like it a lot, but it does, you know, for me anyway, it does the same thing as my Chrome does. You know, and you know, they're almost very similar brushes. They both have these little stoppers on the back, you know, to stop how far you're drawing the needle back. I mean, the triggers, I mean, like, you know, you can swap that out whenever you want. It's got the same cup size, and they both share, you know, the exposed needle, you know, which I'm not super crazy about, but, you know, I don't know if you guys can see that, but like the Sotar's needles, it comes way out in front. I think a lot of Iwata, and there's another brand where their airbrushes, their needles come way out from the brush. But anyway, it is fun. But yeah, I probably should do more with my Sotar. But what are you gonna do? Plus, I had to wipe down my Extreme because it just looked too gunky. It sits in the corner, neglected. Poor brushes, neglected. All right, so this guy should be plenty dry now. Oh yeah, oh it's smooth. So now this guy, I'm confident I could drop him, and not a damn thing would happen to him. I ever tell you the story about me dropping my Wraith Knight? I dropped that and didn't break on me. Didn't even chip the paint. I dropped it I had it up on like a high shelf, and it hit my workbench, and yeah, held together. Nothing happened to it other than I had a custom flag hanging from it. Like, I have pictures of my Wraith Knight on Instagram, and I had made this green stuff streamer coming from his sword. Is it from his sword? Yeah, I think it's from his sword. And yeah, that broke, but it was a clean break, and so it was easy to reattach. But yeah. So whenever people tell me, no, I use cyanoacrylate glue to do my plastic models, I'm like, ugh, no, don't do that. Don't do it. Use plastic cement. It's a far better, far superior bond. Because essentially you're just making the plastic one, right? Now the big question is, do I want to mat down the cloak and the hair and the base by brush or by airbrush? I suppose I could do it by airbrush. Oh no, I got this filigree stuff on the cloak though. I want to do it by hand, I guess. Go, darn it.
Kind of tempted to get one of those. There's a small Eldar Titans. What are they called? Shoot.
Revenant?
Yes.
Me likey Revenant. I don't have one. I've wanted one for a very long time. Just never got around to picking one up.
Yeah. Well, Uncle Sam, even though I've been working from home through this whole pandemic or whatever, Uncle Sam seemed it to give me some money. I was like, well, I don't really need this for bills, so I was like,
Might as well give it to Forge World.
yeah.
Just wiping out the needle. I would highly recommend, after using Pledge, I would highly recommend you pull the needle and just give it a wipe down before putting it back, and before putting your brush away, because it will gum up the brush. That's about the only drawback really to using Pledge, is that if you don't clean your brush properly, it creates a problem, because it basically, where the seal and the needle here on the brush, it cakes up there, and it like makes pulling the trigger, like you'll feel the trigger, like you can't even move it, like you try to reef on it and it won't even move. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Done it a few times. Okay, more than a few times. Quite a few times, if we're being honest. Because sometimes, when you're painting stuff and you're excited, oh yeah, do this, do that, you're trying to move along, and then sometimes you forget about, taking care of your tools, and yeah.
I gotta deep clean my 105 at some point.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah, definitely. He'll appreciate it. All right, for my mat, I'm simply just going to use some Lamian Medium. And we're going to do it by hand. Just because I want to go around this filigree. I want the filigree to stay nice and shiny, but I want the cloak to come down. Even though I am digging how that shines, but no.
I mean, why wouldn't Sigvald have a silk cape?
Yeah, that's what it looks like, right? It looks like silk.
I can't even watch the stream right now.
Oh no! Oh.
I just guessed.
Yeah, no, that you're absolutely right. That's what it has the feeling of. It has the feeling of silk. Like, it's shiny, like hilariously shiny. But I dig it. But I also like shiny things. I might be part fish.
Shiny.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I'm a simple man. People think I'm very complex. I'm not. I'm a simple man.
Aren't you would think, not in a bad way, most people play with what is essentially toy Iron Men are fairly simple.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
and not simple dumb, just like simple like entertain, I guess. Because
Oh, a lot of them are simple dumb.
I don't really. I don't know. I think.
Yeah, they're simple dumb. You had it right. There's a bunch of dummies out there.
No, it's more like
No, I agree with you, Hale.
There's
nailed
no
it right on the head.
super sophistication to pushing toy soldiers around on the table.
Yeah, I used to when I was used to explain this to a lot of people. Who'd ever ask me like what the hell this hobby was, like back when I was really young, and I always used to say it was like chess with dice. Chess being the tactical thinking, cerebral type of experience, right? When in fact we're just rolling fucking dice, and it's not terribly cerebral.
Not really. I mean, you gotta be able to read. That's about it.
Yeah. You just need a high school education to play this game. You don't need a PhD in anything.
No, because even the tools you use measure for you, basically.
So now, all I'm doing is I'm slapping some Lamian medium onto the surface, applying it pretty haphazardly. We're not being
You
careful.
can make it pretty cerebral or whatever, but at its core, it is you pull the measuring tape to the number it says and roll some dice.
Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, like it's not fucking rocket science, for God's sakes, people.
I don't know. That still seems pretty demanding for some people.
Well, again, I mean, yeah, there are a lot of dummies out there, so there are a lot of dummies.
And then there are people who think too much of this game and go to extremes like weighting their dice.
Yeah. I've never done anything like that. Like I've never when I used to play this when I was younger, especially like like you heard Gim the other day. He was talking about our old days, and I used to be like a real kind of power gamery kind of guy. But after a while, you drop that kind of shit just because you at some point you have to realize like fuck, it does not matter, right? And it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't it's all meaningless, really. So why go through the trouble of upsetting others just to prove how brilliant you are? Like, that seems kind of dumb. Doesn't seem terribly smart. Especially if you're losing friends over this kind of crap. Ooh, should I hit his face with a bit of the medium? So after hitting the hair, you can already see like it's already knocked a lot of that shine out of it. Well, you might not be able to see it, but I can see it. You're just going to take my word for it. We might have to apply more than one layer, though, of Lamian medium. Maybe. Yeah, see, I even like that contrast of the matte finish on the hair and the glossy coat. Oh. Yeah, see, it's just a nice visual contrast. Oh, I can't really see here. Hold on, let me switch cameras. Oh, I didn't even notice Lord Krabby was in here. Patreon chat doesn't seem to work for me. He's gorgeous. Oh. Yeah, Lord Krabby, you might have to reconnect or or re-link your Patreon to the Discord, so you can join us there, bud. Sorry, I didn't have the chat up. I couldn't see that comment. I'm a little bit behind on the comments. Yeah, so there we go. So, yeah, you can see how his hair is nice and matte now, in contrast to his cloak now. And I like these elements on a model when you have this, especially when you have the ambient light playing on the surface like this. I like those kind of things. It looks pretty. But I'm definitely going to do it to the base. The base took on quite a bit of shine. You can see like how the lights are playing on the surface there. I'm going to knock that shine right out of that, make that stone look dry, and pretty much all the base. But I think the little red tile, I'm going to leave glossy just for some more contrast. Visual contrast, I should say, not color contrast. In case everybody's going, that's not contrast. Chris, that's not contrast. Chris. Oh.
Speaking of contrast, but not the paint line, my favorite critique on online forums when somebody asks for CNC is, and I quote, "It needs contrast."
Yeah.
And that's all they put.
Yeah.
They don't say what.
Yeah, exactly. Because, I mean, well, it's the internet, right? I mean, like, everybody, because everybody has a voice on the internet, everybody feels like, they need to speak up, right? Which in most cases, sure.
Oh no, I get that, but it's just like they don't say like what specifically needs contrast, what part of the model, needs the contrast. They don't say anything, they just say it needs contrast.
Yeah, I've seen that one a few times, Alright, before I commit to the cloak, I'm going to do the base. So put a couple drops down. Grab my brush. Alright, let's get back to work here. Let's get this guy done. Get him done. And with the Lamian medium, I apply it pretty generously. Just scrubby-voo it around. Did you fall down?
I was just snapping my wet palette lid back on.
Sound like you fell.
I gotta go pay some bills. With the add more contrast that's a popular one, and thin your paint is also.
Yeah.
Those two are pretty universal.
Yeah.
My favorite people are the got any crits or any CC, and then immediately push back. Like, I think you could probably thin your paints a little more. Well, Angel Heraldez doesn't thin his paints, and he's pretty good. All right, well.
But he does.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Or at least I think he does, because in his painting guide class book thing, he talks about thinning paints.
Yeah, I think everybody thins their paints at some
Everybody
point.
thins, but like really thin. Like I'm down usually 2-to-1 paint to water. Some people are thinner than that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's always situational, right? It's not a
My level of thinning is I take the paint out of the dropper, it goes on the wet palette, and there might be a droplet of water on the top. That's all I get. But then again, most of my paints I've, I guess, quote unquote, pre-thinned, so they're pretty thin coming out of the dropper bottle anyway.
What you really want to do is you thin your paint so it feels real nice when you test your brush against the back of your hand. It's an essential step.
Oh. Don't get me started
Very
on that.
important.
Don't get me started on that shit.
step out for a minute.
I've never really agreed with that method of testing the paint on your flesh.
I have only ever done that once, and it was my thumbnail. I was testing the consistency of a glaze for skin for the gray aliens in Scale 75's like sci-fi game. And I sent a picture to somebody, and I was holding the model. And they went, nice nail polish. I just never done that again.
Well, I mean, at least they were complimenting you.
It's true.
You know. But,
yeah, but that's the one and only time I've ever used a part of my body as the palette, and I'll never do it again.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, back when I was in school for a lot of this stuff, I always learned that if you don't know what your color is doing on your palette, you don't know what your color is doing, right? And so testing it on your hand is unnecessary, because where you find where your what your paint is doing is on your palette. And if you don't know what it's doing there, then you don't know what it's doing. And I've always operated like that, it's, you either know what your paint is doing or you don't. But testing it out on your hand, on your clothes, whatever, completely unnecessary. That's the whole point of having a palette. Your palette is your workspace to explore your color. Testing it out on your flesh is kind of silly, in my opinion. And the only reason why you see a lot of miniature painters doing it is because some guy who won a Golden Demon did it a long time ago, and everybody else does it because they want to be just like that.
You could argue that's what a lot of people do NMN now.
Sure.
Although
well,
it is why a lot of people do it.
Well, that's a different story. I mean, like, non-metallic metal looks nice, especially for camera, and for photos, and especially if you're going to get into competition type painting. Yeah, it looks good. Non-metallic metal, definitely. And it does take a great degree of control and skill to do it well. And so judging somebody on their ability to do non-metallic metal, especially if you're looking at like a painting competition where, you need to differentiate the skilled from the unskilled, especially if you're determining if there's going to be a winner, quote unquote, right? Like that's a good way,
I'm still trying that non-metallic metal.
Yeah.
I started doing it because I hated it, and I want to make sure I hate it, not just because I can't do it, but I don't like it. So I'll tell you what, I think everyone should try non-metallic metal.
Oh, definitely.
Learn more about how light works and other parts of the model. I think it makes you a better painter for sure.
Just playing makes you a better painter. Just play with your colors. Mm-hmm. Play with ideas. Play with how colors interact with each other. Blends, all these things. They all will make you a better painter. If your goal is to be a better painter. Or more competent painter, I should say. If that's your goal. Like, honestly, it is not my goal. My goal is not to be a better painter. Now, do I think I'm a great painter? No. My goal is to help you all with your painting and dispelling a lot of these conventions that we accept as normal. Because that, in my opinion, curtails creativity. When when this mindset of there's only one way to do something, I think that's completely false. It's completely false, and it creativity stagnates in that kind of, environment, right? Put the chat back on there. Lord Crabby, shut up and take my money. What? Greenleaf Terrain, there he is. Tell me I'm good boy, Chris. You're a good boy, Adam. You're a good boy.
Yeah, no. Go to bed.
Oh, has he been awake all this time?
No.
I don't know. I mean, knowing Adam, he probably has been.
In the chats of internet hobby Twitch streams and stuff, we'd yell at each other to go to bed.
Oh, gotcha. You've got a running joke running with Adam. I gotcha. I hear you.
Yeah, no, but it's been a long time since I've seen him. So.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen him too, and we live in the same town. Well, at least I think we still live in the same town. I don't know, unless he moved. I don't know. He's quiet now. He usually just pops in to throw shade and then he disappears again, back into the shadows. He's like a chat ninja. Adam the chat ninja. Is he still there? No. See, I'm trying to talk shit about him, but I think he's already gone again. Adam's good people though. He's a good dude. He's a little half cracked, but he's a good dude.
Isn't that what most people are in this hobby, though?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. they're all fucking cracked up, but they're good people. They're good people.
Yeah.
What was I doing? Oh yeah, varnishing. Fuck. I swear I haven't had anything today. Not yet, anyway.
There's time yet.
Not time yet. Nope. That's the evening. Working the day, get high in the evening. Yeah, if I fully assembled this guy before painting him, this would have been a nightmare. Thankfully, this model goes together in sub-assemblies really nicely. It is very, very easy on somebody who wants to do it in sub-assemblies. It takes it easy on that person. Believe it or not. It's a fun kit. It was a fun kit to do. I was, I didn't really, swing for the fences painting this guy. But I can easily see, I've seen a lot of people who've done the model already have done like amazing jobs on it. And, yeah. But I mean, for a lot of people who just, want this fun character and it's a fun sculpt and it's so dynamic and, there's so much movement on it. With all this cloak flowing around and his hair billowing about and, it's a pretty model. I've mentioned this before, but I do envy the people who get to create this stuff for Age of Sigmar because, man, these guys must be having fun. Like the crew that is doing this, they have to be having fun. I can't see it like a sweatshop where they're all just, slaving away on these designs and stuff. They've got to be coming in every day going, okay, what about this? And what about if we do this? And it'll be crazy like this. And, I'd imagine that's a pretty fun environment, I think. It's got to be. I'm hoping. Is the hairdryer really loud?
No, it's I don't hear it though.
Cool. Not that I was going to change it or anything. It was just one.
No. Not that you gave a shit, really. But...
Yeah, it's not that I gave a shit. I was just curious.
You could have said, yeah, it's horrible, it's definitely. Oh, well, what a shame.
What a shame. Too bad. Turn your headphones down. Yeah, see now. So I did the cloak that hangs from his belt line, and I've done it in matte, and you can see how it's already lost some of that vibrancy of the red, just because it doesn't really have that gloss anymore. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know.
I think if the cloak was knocked back to satin, it would look pretty good as well.
Yeah. Maybe I can bust out the satin. We could make a satin out of some Ardcoat and Lamian. Or I could scare up some Vallejo. Where the hell is my Vallejo? Is this satin? Ooh, first pick, satin. Beauty. Beauty, eh? I think it's still good. Yeah, it looks still good. It's flowing. It's not discolored. Oh no, it's not moving. I gotta mix it. It's kind of built up on the bottom.
So Lamian have a matte finish there, or is it?
Yes, Lamian has a matte finish. And actually, Citadel contrast, the contrast medium actually has a bit of a satiny finish. Probably closer to a gloss, but it's more satiny. But yeah, Lamian, finishes very matte. In fact, I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but you can see where I was depositing the Lamian. You can see how it's like dulled down. That's because it's finishing with a matte.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, so you can see like right there where I was placing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not. I don't know. Once it settles, I guess. I think I'll just hit the. I think I'll hit. Yeah, fuck it. I'll just fucking do the cloak and satin, I guess. Fuck. I'm getting angry now. I'm getting angry. You're angering me up, Lewis.
Sorry.
Making me make all these choices.
Angry. You've been painting the wrong model for angry. That's more like a corn thing.
Okay, I think that's thoroughly mixed. Sorry if I'm in the camera there, it's because I'm holding it up to the light so I can see to the bottom.
Jeez.
Holy compressor. You know what? To do a more controlled application, let's switch to the chrome. Uh, 20 psi? Yeah, we'll leave it at 20 psi. Yeah, that's plenty. Yeah, I don't know why the hell I had that up to 40. What the fuck? That was weird. I'm trying to think what the hell I was doing last time.
Other painter personality.
maybe I'm coming down here in my when I'm sleeping.
Yeah, when you go to bed, your other personality wakes up and he's like, I'm going to go downstairs and use that airbrush 40 psi.
Yeah, I just cranked that son of a bitch to 40 psi. Spray it so hard the paint acts like a sandblaster. Just blasts the primer right off. I remember somebody had put out a kit that did that. It made your airbrush like a mini sandblaster. Who the hell did that? Was it Badger? Somebody did that. It was basically like aluminum flake. It was like powdered aluminum. And you loaded it into the airbrush, and it made your airbrush like a mini sandblaster. I know, sounds crazy, right?
That doesn't sound damaging at all.
I don't think it was damaging for the model per se. Maybe plastic, but I mean, like for metal models, I mean, you'd be fine. But I'd be worried about the plating on the brush itself.
Yeah. So that's what I meant about the actual brush rather than.
Yeah, because I mean, like they go through like a bath, right, to get that plating all down in the cup and everything like that. I don't know how far it goes in here, but yeah. Anyway, all right. So we're gonna bust out the satin varnish Vallejo game color. Give this the old college try. Watch me fuck my model up. Oh, it's clogged. Goddamn dropper bottles and their clogs. People all the time. No, dropper bottles are the best. Fuck off. I have this little pick. I just go clunk. Whoop. There we go. Struck away. Now, the part that I'm concerned about, we're not going to thin it at all. The only part that I'm concerned about is that it's going to frost on the surface. But as long as I keep a low PSI, it should come out just fine. But there's some buildup on the bottom of this needle part. Because somebody didn't clean their brush right.
Somebody.
There we go. Yeah, there's a little buildup. The chrome has these little tabs at the end. You see the little things here? I don't know if they're supposed to be act like a needle guard or if they're for airflow, but yeah. Anyway. Let's see. Let's put it on top of this little dollop of paint. Oh no, it's flowing okay. Okay, we should be good. Ooh, satiny goodness. Okay, I'm okay with satin. Sort of. I mean, if people are going to make me change my model.
Who would do such a thing?
I know. People just want to mess with me all the time. Because I must look too happy, I guess, is what it must be, right?
Must be,
Yeah.
Kind of that.
Must look too happy and content in my efforts. People need to mess with me all the time. I tell them, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Alright, well, oh shit, the filigree though. Damn it. Nah, fuck it. We're just going to put satin over it. Screw it. Screw it. We're in now. We're in. Of course, I guess I could really try and impress you guys with my airbrush control going around the filigree with a varnish.
That would be impressive. That
would be impressive, wouldn't it? Hell, I'd even impress myself. Do I have any more? What's going on? Fucking dry tip. Removing dry tip, I just simply use an old scrubby toothbrush and then just gently scrub the tip. Gotta take care of your tips. Yeah, there we go. No, sir. I hate it. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. Although there is a little bit of frosting going on. But that might be just because it's still wet. God damn it, Lewis. You made me fucking varnish this.
I take no responsibility for the events.
God damn it, Lewis. I'm going to blame you. God damn it. No, there is some frickin' frosting going on. On the white parts, it was fine, but on the red, it's starting to show up. I can see frosting right in here and right down here. See, I don't know if it shows up on camera very well, but you can kind of see it's kind of light.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah, fuck. So, to fix that, we have to go back over with the gloss. Oh, maybe that's why I had it up at 40. I was flushing. That's what I was doing. Just crank this son of a bitch. All right, yeah. We're going to have to come back in with some, a little bit of gloss.
Well, it makes you feel any better when my paint nozzles are cracked open because paint is gathered up in the nozzle.
You know what? I do feel better. You're right. I do feel better. Thanks.
Good, good.
That's such a dickhead thing. You know, it'd make you feel better. My dog was hit by a car today. Like, you know what? That does make me feel better. All right. Let's give it a little bit of Windex just to completely flush that out. And, yeah, I'm getting a little bit of that frosting going on there. I wonder if that's the age of the bottle. I've had this satin varnish for, like, ever. Yeah, it's really apparent now. Everywhere else it looks okay, though. That's... Maybe it's just the way the light is hitting it. No, it's fucking frosted. I wonder if I can run a damp brush over it. Yep, no, I fucked it up. I completely fucked it now. Mainly because I didn't run a damp brush, it was a wet brush. Let's see here. No, it's still there quite a bit. Yeah, it's gonna piss me off. All right. What you doing?
What am I doing?
I don't know. I hear creaky sounds in there.
It's my. Oh, it's just the blowback in the airbrush.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Don't ask what I'm doing. Oh, good grief. All right. So, we want a bit more of a satiny finish. Or no, more of a glossy finish. Throw some hard coat in there, I suppose. Or I could just take some pledge. Oh, the dance with the devil. You know, let's try contrast medium. We'll throw a little contrast medium into the brush and see if that fixes that. We're experimenting here, kids. We're going to find out. Oh, I should probably turn the PSI down.
Oh boy.
Yeah, well, I often don't use contrast medium like a varnish, right? But it's just a medium, just like everything else. You know, Lamian and Art Coat. They're all just, you know, they're all just parts of the process, right? For making a paint. It might work. Or I might just make it worse. We're going to find out. Here we go. Right in the folds. I'm not hating it. I've resaturated that color. Get a little bit of a slick shine down there, though. Did I make it worse? Hard to say. Look at all the lights playing. No, you know what? I think it did. It did fix it. It just looks a little shiny now, but I'm mostly okay with that. Yeah, when you spray it on its own, like here, let me move a little bit onto the palette here. Yeah, it does finish mostly matte. It does have a slight shine to it, though. Maybe I should have just put Lamian through the airbrush. No, I'm okay with that. It's better. I'm happy again. I'm not cursing Lewis's name anymore. So Scott, what are you working on? Good talk.
Which Scott are you referring to?
Rate him. Why?
All right.
Why is Haley your name, Scott?
No, I just
No.
my username here. I think Scott. I thought it was.
Oh, right.
I actually shared a with you, Chris.
Your name is Bello?
No, the other name.
Oh, Schmuck? Your mommy and daddy call you schmuck as well? Nice.
No.
Oh.
You know exactly what name I'm talking about.
Oh.
Except mine is a CH, not a K.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my father was a CH. I'm a junior, kind of.
Kind of, but without the junior, or the second, or whatever they want with the K.
Yeah. Yeah, it was my mother's idea to do the KRIS. Oh, my poochie doesn't like my spraying the brush. She looked at me because I kind of aimed at her way. I'm spraying Windex. I'm trying to poison my dog. Nice. And she looked at me too like, hey, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I'm not used to having animals around, but I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago, I was the one selected to take care of a relative who could no longer take care of their animal.
Right.
So I guess I drew the short straw. So I have some birds. In fact, I think you've heard them a few times.
Yeah.
They weren't originally mine, but I ended up being the one taking care of them. They don't like it when I airbrush because of the noise.
Oh, sound like something broke.
I just dropped my airbrush cleaner.
Oh.
It's fine. It's all good.
All right.
When I got the airbrush, didn't have any animals to worry about. And now every time I turn that on, all I hear is screeching.
The silence of the lambs. All right, what time we at here? Holy cramoles. Have I been on this long already?
I don't know. I've been sitting here drinking.
Getting drunk or what? Holy shit, dude, it's early.
I guess I don't know.
I don't know.
Never
Fuck,
too early.
it's fucking COVID, man. Fucking leave me alone.
COVID. Time is just the concept with COVID and you're working from home. And the work you have to do isn't necessarily time sensitive.
Right.
It's just like, time is just a concept at that point.
As long as
My
you're not...
mother called me. She's
Yeah.
like, do you want me to come over for breakfast? And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, oh yeah, it's almost noon. I was like, oh.
As long as I guess you're not showing up to your Zoom meetings plastered. Or are you?
That's all I gotta worry about is the occasional time where I have to go by the office to drop something or pick something off. Other than that, it doesn't really matter. I guess it only matters is when the wrong insurance claim is sent to the wrong insurance company. I guess that's the only thing that matters. But
Alrighty, guys. I think this guy is done. There's, yeah, you see that the frosting is, like, that's the light playing in that shadow, but it's gone now. So basically, contrast medium has many uses. Getting rid of frosting is one of them. Now everybody's going to try it and be like, Chris, you're fucking wrong, you dummy.
yeah, what do you mean? It's like when I told somebody, I specified the Tamiya super thin with the brush. You can brush that over like gaps, like very thin gaps, and it'll, melt the plastic into the gap and it'll close the gap. And then somebody used the GW like tube glue.
Oh.
No.
Yeah. No. No, Mr. Peter. I don't know. I was thinking of doing like an OSL on the eyeball on the base, but I don't know if I want to do that.
Wait, there's eyeball. You mean the statue on the
Yeah. Like I was thinking of that eye or that eye.
AOS. I mean, everywhere they are is the whole world is technically formed of magic. So
Yeah. Although I am kind of liking how it's just not goofy. And I'm liking now that his armor is all nice and shiny. His cloak has a little bit of a shine to it, but not too much.
I might paint the eye in on mine when I get it eventually.
It's fun. You know, I initially was like, when I was first thinking of doing this guy, I was thinking of doing like light glowing out and then reflecting it on him. But I decided against it just because, you know, the route I was going with this guy, and yeah, I didn't feel like it. It's too late now. Well, it's not too late, but it's too late. No, I think I'm done with him.
He says until he looks at the model tomorrow, and he's like, you know, it would really look cool if the eye was glowing.
I might. Again, I'm fickle, so that is a possibility that I will change my
So are
mind.
you possibly a chaos god?
Yeah, possibly. I might be a chaos
I
god.
mean, you share something common. I mean, the chaos gods are fickle.
They are fickle.
Done is done. Call it done. Get to the next.
What was the next thing?
That is also very chaos god. I am done playing with you. On to the next.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. Well, I have other projects.
Are we gonna get a sneak peek to the next project?
I was hoping we could, but unfortunately, you might not. But I do have to film other projects, like other fresh tips and stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
So, you know. Oh, Lord Krabby. Oh, came out super good. Yeah, I'm happy with him. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I think I'm going to continue on with my original plan, which was after he was done, I was going to begin work on Necromunda, the Enforcers.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I want to get started on those guys. And then so with this program, I think I'm probably going to film some assembly stuff, and also I want to get started on a terrain project for Necromunda, and I think I might use this show to illustrate that, or do other projects. Again, I mean, like the nature of this is just, you know, getting whatever done, right?
Are you hand building it, or are you getting a kit?
The Necromunda terrain. I alluded to it, I think, in the second last patron update on what I was planning to do. So I have it kind of informed you guys of my plan.
Well, I can't read. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm too drunk for that. Yeah, because I have, for the Enforcers, I have these little heads that I want to use. And so, yeah. I picked these up from that company, Puppet War. I think these will work good. I have no idea. I bought these. I have no idea if they're going to work. They might not even be the right scale. Could be completely wrong.
What'd you buy?
What'd I buy? I bought these heads.
I'm audio only, my friend.
Oh. They're from Puppet War. They're little Judge Dredd heads.
Nice.
So I'm going to do the Enforcers like Judge Dredd. But I'm going to do comic book Judge Dredd.
Are you going to do it comic book style?
I don't know. That thought had occurred to me. I don't know if I want to. Just because, you know, like, my corpse grinders are done in a conventional.
You want them to kind of match.
Yeah. I don't want my corpse grinders who are all bloody, gory, and, you know, super scary looking, and then they're fighting, you know, cell shaded policemen. You know.
Yeah.
But who knows? Again, I am fickle. I might. I'm so fickle. Like, I have like these Harlequins sitting on my desk. I'm thinking of stripping them and starting over. I have a bunch of Harlequins. I have like 3 boxes of Harlequins, some jute bikes. I have a couple. I think I have 3 Raiders.
Are you using the old Harlequins or are they the newer ones?
These are the new ones, but I also have a unit or
So you
2
had
of the
the
old
old
ones. Yeah, I have the old ones as well. Mine are pewter as well too. My older Harlequins.
Yeah, I remember you showing that off in a really old video. I was like, I have this. It was like the whole box.
Yeah. Lord Krabby. Ooh, Necromunda. Nice enforcers to be a good touch. Also, talking people helps. Yeah. But yeah, so that's kind of what you guys can expect in the coming weeks. Is I think enforcers. I'm gonna work on those enforcers.
They're fun minis. I painted up some. They're good.
Yeah. I remember you had shown some, and you had done them in the sort of Codex colors. Was it gray, yellow, gray, blue, yellow?
Yellow with a touch of red.
Is it yellow with
Not
touch of red?
much.
Yeah.
Blue pads, yellow.
Yeah. But yeah, I do remember you sent in some pictures of them.
I enjoy them quite a bit.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do them Judge Dredd. I'm like I said, I'm gonna do them in the comic book fashion. So it's that color scheme, but in a normal mini painting fashion. I think. I don't think I'm gonna go for any kind of crazy cell shading or anything like that. I had considered doing them like the movie, but the movie, like the latest movie, and I was kind of no, they're just a little too dark.
Yeah, the newest movie I liked more than the Sylvester Stallone movie, but I agree the older comic-y uniform
Yeah.
is like also it reads more like Judge Dredd, whereas the newer Dredd kind of read as tactical space cop.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like they went for this really realistic look because the whole movie, right, had this. Well, the movie was very kind of fantastical, really, very colorful, which was kind of funny that they didn't go for that traditional Judge Dredd color scheme, considering how colorful the movie actually was. I mean, the movie was fun.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
No, I said it was fun. I didn't say it was awesome.
It's awesome.
But I agree. If you get the more traditional, I guess, Dredd color uniform, it'll also read more like Judge Dredd and less like Space Cop
Yeah.
or Future Cop.
I think it'd be fun. I'm just trying to think of like ideas on like for the shields and that kind of stuff. Like,
Are you gonna sculpt a big eagle on the shoulder of the captain? I think it's an eagle, right?
Yeah, it's an eagle. Yeah. I wasn't. Maybe for the Sarge. Maybe. I'm not really the greatest sculptor. I'm more of a sculpt as needed kind of guy.
Yeah.
I mean, the pouches and straps.
I wonder if the Space Marine Captain Eagle shoulder would fit.
No,
No?
Okay.
Too small or too big?
too big.
What about older Sternguard?
I don't know.
Well, come on,
If the
fuck.
Space Marine Captain Eagle didn't fit, the Stern Guard one wouldn't fit. Because even if it's the Primaris Captain Eagle shoulder, the shoulder pads are quite similar in size between the kits.
Are they? No.
Yeah. I was just gonna be cool where like your gang leader is, Judge Dredd.
I mean, like, I could fudge it, I suppose, if I sculpted that onto the shoulder.
yeah.
Just do like some quick, like, you know, like little wing details, and then just kind of like this hooked little head shape kind of thing, you know, for the eagle head.
Mm.
I could.
It's not a big thing. It was just an idea.
Yeah, no. I mean, guaranteed it'd be a video, just me fuddling my way through, you know, sculpting something like that.
It's content.
True. Yeah. That's, I mean, or I take it from another kit, right? Because the other thing I was thinking that would actually be pretty easy is, because I have that Insta mold the shoulder pad, pack it with the green stuff, and then about halfway through its cure cycle, shape it to where I need it.
That is an idea. That could be a tutorial.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking anyway.
It was just an idea.
Yeah. No, it's a good idea. I like it. The shoulder pad definitely would give more credence to the whole, you know, Judge Dredd theme. Yeah. Anyway. All right. I think Sigvald is done. Is he done? I don't know. You guys tell me.
You know what? He's done.
He's done? Yeah, he's done. I'm done. I'm done with him. I'm done.
He sounds done. He sounds done to me.
Yeah, he sounds done. He looks done. I mean, all I really wanted to do was varnish, just so that I had a unified shine to him, essentially. And I wanted to, you know, make sure his hair was nice and matte, and the base was
Now
matte.
paint all of his buddies.
His buddies? Why? Who's his buddies?
It was no joke. Oh, that's what messed up.
Oh, those Hedonites? I don't know. Like the one that I really like is the that demon that's got Buddy strung out like a harp. That's one of my favorite sculpts from that army. It's twisted as shit, I know, but it's really cool.
Infernal Enraptures.
Yeah, something like that. And it just reminds me of Hellraiser and, you know, the Cenobites. It's just, you know, that twisted kind of pain from pleasure kind of thing. Definitely, like, those kind of vibes, they should carry over to, like, Dark Eldar. Those twisted kind of, you know, mutilating people for pleasure
Well,
kind
they
of thing.
tried doing that with the Racks. But I don't know if they did a good job, because the Racks kind of just look like weird alien dudes. And
Yeah.
that's, like,
Yeah, they're just kind of, you know, funny like. But yeah, it'd be fun if they did something like that for Dark Elder, just something kind of twisted and dark, and just, you know what I mean, especially something to really kind of separate them from regular Eldar, you know.
it would be cool if it was. It doesn't have to be like. It could be like a homunculus model, where he's like got like, you know how Emperor's Children guy who had the little assistant model.
Yeah.
Like that,
Fabulous.
but
Yeah.
it's like one of the homunculus is like weird twisted creations that looks more like a twisted creation than what the racks are supposed to be.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those, you know, those leathered up gimps kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about. Don't lie. Everybody goes quiet.
Because the racks are supposed to be like mutilated, tortured, you know, people that they kind of like brainwashed and fuel with drugs and stuff, but the models don't really read that.
No. Alrighty. Well, I think we've got a bit accomplished today. Hopefully you guys got something done. But I think we're going to end her there. Did we learn anything? I don't think so.
Not to listen to me, that's what we learned.
Yeah, don't listen to Lewis, because he's just going to give you some shit advice and fuck
People
your shit
learn
up.
about Pledge.
Oh yeah, we learned about Pledge. Pledge was learnt about. I don't know what else. That was it. We just got this freaking guy
Chris
done.
is fickle.
Well, no, everybody knows that. I'm fickle. I'm fickle.
It was really just you kind of finishing Sigvald.
Yeah, that was it, man. That was the goal of today, was to get this guy done, because now I'm going to take pretty pictures of him and Yeah. How come he looks so different on this camera? That cloak looks so red.
Mm.
What's going on here?
Did you decide if you're going to keep it silk looking or are you going to kill it down?
It's a satin, so it still has a bit of a shine, but it's not all the way matte like his hair, but it's not glossy like the rest of them. Because like the rest of them is shiny as shit. Probably why it looks so bright, because he's all shiny.
What do you want to do for that paint along? Or is that going to go forward?
Yeah, we're gonna go forward with that. We're always going forward, upwards and onwards.
What do you like?
Oh, I have no idea, dude. As soon as somebody says a really great idea, then I'll be like, yeah, that's excellent. That's what we're gonna do.
What's the new hotness that's in a small pack?
I couldn't tell you.
The new hotness, you mean in a small like blister?
Hold on, I'll be right back. Sorry, folks, I had to dash off really fast. Dave. Oh, did I miss the show? You missed the show. Yes, I'm afraid you missed the show. Yeah, because I don't know. Fuck, I think I might be drunk.
It might be that the fumes from the pledge and the Windex.
That's true. I didn't. The Windex and the pledge. I might have fucked myself on that.
This guy, he's just a fuck with a bowl cut. Who cares about this guy?
Yeah, but he's the model of a favorite book character.
Oh, Uriel.
And all that. Yeah.
I was wondering what the hell you guys were talking about.
No, I'm swapping his head out for something else. Because you look at the art and you're like, oh, okay, that's like, your standard Space Marine haircut. You look at the fucking plastic model, he has one of those, like, medieval friar, like, weird bowl haircuts going on.
No, the worst haircuts is the Blood Angels. They've got the worst haircuts.
I don't know, I think Uriel's is the worst.
It's terrible. That's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, doesn't it look like, she's the friar from Robin Hood, what's his name? Doesn't it look like their haircuts if you just took a patch of hair out the middle? It looked like their haircuts.
Oh, the Friar Tuck.
So leaving the rules and all that shit. What, who's that weird guy? He had like the emo haircut. He had a jump pack or something like that.
Caven Shrike.
Yeah, Shrike.
Yeah, oof.
What an age we live in where we commentate on the haircuts of models.
I mean, he might have had an emo haircut, but at least, like, the hair was done, at least, like, the art for him. Whereas, this one, as opposed to the art where he has, like, a standard, like, high and tight, military haircut, whatever. But then you look at his model, and it looks like, Friar Tucker over here put on some Space Marine armor.
Well, the model always kind of reminded me of Raziel from the Legacy of Kain video game. I don't know if you ever played that one, but he had that kind of swept over emo haircut. No.
But I'm getting Uriel, but I'm swapping his head out for some generic ultramarine helmet. Or maybe he'll be like Shrike, where he has the helmet on his hip. And I'll just clip that off of his hip and green stuff and that haircut. But he's going to be the new hotness for a week. He's going to be all over the Instagrams and Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Any parting words of wisdom? No?
I don't know. I don't think I can top what I did last time.
Lewis?
Don't listen to me.
Yeah, don't listen to Lewis. Yep, there we go. Scott, any wisdom you want to share?
No. Nah.
Concise. Excellent. Thank you. Alrighty, duders. I'm ending the stream. Thanks everybody for watching. Yeah, you guys stay healthy and keep painting. I'm gonna go take pretty pictures of this guy now and do a nice little spinny turning around video for him. Little showcase videos. You
Get
know,
all them likes on social media.
get all the likes on social media.
Yeah, man.
No, never.
Matters.
Yeah, never paint for likes. Don't. For anybody out there, yeah. Here's some parting words of wisdom. Hold on, let's come back.
Oh, no,
Let's come back to the
I
camera.
thought you posting the pretty pictures all the time.
Yeah, no. But if you're an aspiring painter out there, especially in this digital age we live in, don't paint your model for likes. Don't paint for likes. For God's sakes, that's the worst thing you can do. You'll burn yourself out. You will hate the hobby. You'll hate your efforts, and you probably will drop all artistic endeavors, and you just will become like an empty husk of a soulless endorphin or dopamine junkie. You know, don't do it. Don't paint for likes, for God's sakes.
Wait, all that matters is the admiration of strangers.
Don't paint for likes unless you're a Necron.
That doesn't make sense. How does that make sense?
Because, Necrons don't really have a soul in them. They're kind of like a husk.
Oh, I had to think too much on that one.
Oh.
You made me think. You lose points. You lose points.
Oh, shit.
I had to think. Don't make me think things. Don't make me feel things.
Are you a husk?
Am I? Yeah, I probably am. I've been doing this bullshit for 10 years. Yeah, I'm a soulless husk. Alrighty, I'll see you guys later.